Good evening, everyone, and blessings. Angelo is with you. I'm a spiritual guide, tarot reader, and a massage therapist. This is my first blog, so wish me good luck, and please forgive me if it is not as perfect as other blogs that you watch, because this is actually my first experience doing a blog. So let me tell you briefly about this blog, what you are going to be able to find out. So I'm gonna be trying to keep it as short and as clear as possible for everyone out there. So I've been being a spiritual guide and a massage therapist throughout the years, back in Europe as well as here in the United States of America. I've been blessed enough to meet hundreds and thousands of beautiful people on my way, and I can actually clearly consider myself a lucky person, because everyone who's come along my way taught me something. Whether it was a bad experience or a good experience, but I believe that there is no bad experiences in life, as even the bad experiences at the end of the day teach you something, teach you how to get to the next level. So if you had in your life someone who maybe hurt you intentionally or unintentionally, the best thing to do is just to receive it, to receive this experience, and to accept this experience as a blessing. Because whatever we have in our life, trust me, there is no coincidence. If someone tells you that there's a coincidence in life, then let me tell you something. Coincidence does not exist on the earth. We're living in a materialistic world, but at the same time, a huge part of this materialistic world consists of spiritual world. And if we don't see that, if we can't touch it, it doesn't mean that it's not there. Basically, this blog is not going to be about boogie woogies. I'm not going to talk about the witchcraft. I'm not going to talk about the devil or about the demons or about any kind of things that, nowadays people misunderstand. I'm not going to talk about Wicca. I'm not going to talk about pagans. But as a spiritual guide, I would like to give you a brief information who is a spiritual guide and how can a spiritual guide help you. Also, as I mentioned before, as a part of my job, I am a massage therapist, and oddly enough, massage therapy has a lot to do with their spiritualism, has a lot to do with our spiritual world. When someone has a massage session, it's not only the physical connection that happens between the therapist and the clientele or the patient. It's much deeper than that. It's actually the connection of the souls, as well as the connection throughout the process. So briefly, let me tell you something. Let me give you some brief information about the history of massage therapy and the link of it with spiritualism. So there are certain massage therapy techniques, or I would say styles, that use spiritualism and their practices, like Hawaiian lomi lomi massage, which is actually one of the most ancient traditional Hawaiian massages. And usually the Hawaiian lomi lomi massage would be carried out by local Hawaiian shamans, I would call them, as right at the beginning and by the end of their session, they would use specific chantings and prayers to heal their patients who came to help them. Back in the days, if you were born in Hawaii, you could not just be, massage therapist. There were specific people who were chosen for that, and those people were usually blessed. They were considered blessed people, blessed by gods, and those people had those secrets. I believe the secret actually was nothing more than the intuition, and probably those people were more intuitive. I mean, this is my opinion about this, and because intuition somehow links to our energy and our aura, and while we're putting out there for the process, throughout the process, then we can actually benefit from this. And that is exactly where the massage therapy, the spiritual part of the massage therapy, links with the tarology, or the tarot readings, because if you think about it, the same procedure happens between the clientele and the reader, or the clientele and the massage therapist, but only in different circumstances. Today I'm not going to talk about massage. I'll definitely talk about this a bit later in one of my other blogs, but today I want to give you brief information about tarot cards in the life of a spiritual guide. What is tarot and how can it help you? So first of all, let me make it clear. Tarot cards has got nothing to do with all those movies that you watched about the witchcraft maybe as a child, or all those legendary spooky stories. No. Tarot card is an amazing instrument that can get connected to your subconscious, or to the subconscious of the reader and of the clientele, and through the reader, who is actually basically a tool to get the information to the clientele, and thus this way be able to explain the situation to the clientele who came to the reader. So that's why tarot cards use the language of symbolism. Today here I got with me my 3 favorite decks that I would like to talk about, and my first favorite deck is this one. It's a really cute small box. It's actually a pocket size, and inside there's a little booklet in here with all the interpretation of the cards, but I don't usually use them. But for beginners, that would be a really great way of actually learning the tarot cards. And here we got the deck, and of course this is Walter White's tarot deck. Right here we got. As you see, the cards are all beautiful. For some of you, they might look like beautiful cartoons on them, but each card has a meaning, and not only like let's say that I don't want to go deep down inside and say that it's got a very deep meaning, but the symbol on the card that may look quite innocent, and that may look quite simple, might have interpretation in different types of situations. So this is my favorite deck, and I would definitely recommend this deck for the beginners. If you are a tarot lover, and if you would like to explore more about tarot and find a lot more about it, about the skills, about the secrets of tarot, and get your skills improved, then this is the first and I would say even one of the best tarot decks that I would recommend you to go for. So it's a pocket-sized tarot card from Walter White, and you can actually order that on Amazon. I got that from Amazon. That's the first one. The second deck, actually I just bought it, and I fell in love with this deck as soon as I saw that. It's an everyday tarot card. I think it's just beautiful, really, and let me show you now. It's also a pocket size. I don't really like large cards because, the pocket size tarot is really easy because you can carry them with you to your clientele. And here we go. Look at the cards. I don't know whether you can see there or not, but on the sides it's got this golden sparkles, which is actually very beautiful. But okay, right here we have also a quick spread booklet here, which actually shows you how to do the reading, and also an explanation how to use the tarot cards with the sequence. And the cards itself, they are very beautiful, they are very colorful, also use different colors in here, but mainly I would say that it's violet color and the gold and white. Basically the pictures in them are almost as the same, similar to Walter White's, but more in an ancient Greek motifs, I would say. So you'd find it very beautiful. For example, this one, like the Ace of Pentacles, which is, again, can look like a beautiful picture of a carton, but it's got a big meaning behind that, and depending on other cards around it, it can mean something. It can mean like it can slightly, I would say that slightly change the meaning of the cards when the cards are in combination. But mainly, Pentacles always mean something more of a materialistic. When the Pentacles, like, in other words to say, in everyday life language to say, it's more about money, it's more about the financial success, it's more about the financial situation. That's what the Pentacles stand for. Another beautiful tarot deck, as I said, Everyday Tarot. I also got this one from Amazon, and I completely fell in love with this cards, actually. So, yes. Now, let's go up to my third tarot card. That one I use very, very, very rarely, because I would say that this tarot card is more mainly for advanced level readers, because not much you could probably read of from the pictures of the card like you would probably do from the previous two decks, because the language of symbols are very clear in that one. But in this one by 𝐴𝑁𝐺𝐸𝐿𝑂'𝑆, actually, I actually got this deck because I literally fell in love with the art of it, and it's the vibes. It's all about the vibes. By the way, let me tell you something. Even if you go online and start looking for a tarot card, always go for the one that your heart goes for. Never choose a card just by saying, oh, I think it's going to be only no. Like easy for me to read it. Of course it would be, but also switch your intuition into the process. Let your heart choose the tool for you, because at this point, you'll get much better and more accurate readings, trust me. So right over here, I got the beautiful tarot deck of 𝐴𝑁𝐺𝐸𝐿𝑂'𝑆, as you see. The pictures in them are simply very beautiful. They are not that easy to understand, as I said, if you are not an advanced tarot reader. But they are very good to read, and very, like, I would say that, pleasurable to read. If you already worked with tarot before. Me personally, I've been working with tarot cards for over 6 years now. I've been taught by tarot cards, actually back to the story of my spiritual guidance. It started with my grandmother. Yeah, she was a very, very spiritual woman. She was the one who would be praying. She'd be one to be very into more into spiritualism rather than into this, materialistic world. So she was my great guide. I would say that, my angel guide. I would even call her. And I think I borrowed that up from her. And since I started doing the tarot readings, first I started doing them just for my family and my friends, and years later, when actually my predictions started coming true, and I would not even be exaggerating if I'd say that maybe within the last 6 years of reading, probably I would have non-accurate reading maybe 2 times, and I'm not against of actually putting that out, because we're all human, and I'm not a person with supernatural powers. I'm not a magician, of course. I'm just a basic spiritual guide who knows how to use the cards as a tools, how to be able to give you, my clientele or whoever has resorted to me, a good recommendation, and or show them a path if they feel lost. So basically, these are my tarot cards, and these are my 3 most, I would say, that use tarot cards during the tarot session. And besides the tarot session, of course, as I said, I do the massage sessions, and I also do the chakra cleansing sessions. For the chakra cleansing, I of course use chakra stones. The chakra stones mean a lot. These are beautiful crystals, and each crystal has its benefit, not only for our spiritual world, but also for our physique. But this is already a different subject, so I believe my next blog is going to be about the chakra stones and about the crystals and their role in spiritualism. For now, my friends, once again, I thank you for your attention, and if you liked this video, please put like and subscribe down to my channel. And as I said, I apologize in advance if it not in the best or in the perfect condition, because as I said, this is actually my first blog that I'm actually having and that I've decided to begin. Hopefully it's going to go well, and hopefully I'm going to be able to give you guys enough information about spiritual guidance. And of course, feel free to leave your comments below, and if you have any questions to ask, also leave your questions to ask. That would be interesting to actually react to them and to answer you, and to also know your experience. Have you ever had an experience with a spiritual guide? Have you ever had a spiritual guide in your life? How it affected your life? What changed in your life afterwards? Have you ever had a tarot card reading, and what do you think about it? What tarot means specifically for you? How did it help you? Thank you guys for once again for your attention, and my blessings to you. Stay safe and sound. I'm Angelo. Down below you're going to be able to find my Instagram page as well as my Facebook page, so please feel free to subscribe and follow me. I've been more than grateful and appreciate you all. Blessings, my dears. Have a good night.